Head coach of the Douglas College Royals, Cav Whitely, now joins us here at Baseball BC. You're not only the head coach of this team, which I want to talk about, but you've got so many other hats that you wear, but it's a nice green and white hat that you're wearing right now. How is the fall season going with Douglas?
We got a huge roster of guys, a lot of talent from across the country overall, playing a lot of exhibition games and inter-squads to try to evaluate who's who on this team. Got a lot of good transfer guys that have transferred back to us from U.S. schools, but as well as a lot of good recruits coming in from both the Premier League here in BC and a lot of the academies in Alberta as well, including a handful of guys from Ontario too. Yeah. So
50 plus guys on this. Is that too many?
To start with, absolutely. I mean, for us, it's the competitive season that we play, especially against the conference that we play against. It's what we have to do in order to remain competitive against our U.S. counterparts. I think that breaking it down to a 40-man roster after the fall makes things a little bit more manageable. By the time our season comes around, we usually have about 30 to 35 active players that will travel from week to week.
Okay. And who do you play?
Our division is the North Division of the NWAC. It runs parallel to the NJCAA. We have 7 teams in our conference: Bellevue, Shoreline, Edmonds, Everett, Skagit Valley.
Now, what you've seen so far in the fall season, guys are working on the field behind us, but is it a pitching-dominated team or a hitting?
You know what? I think we've got a really good balance this year. I think we've got a good balance of speed. We've got some pretty dominant arms, including a couple transfer guys from U.S. schools. And then we've got some power with the bats in the middle of the order. Some good table setters as well. So I think we've got a good mix of sophomores and incoming freshmen that are going to help us have success this year.
Now, another hat that you wear is for Team BC. And Godum has been the manager of the Baseball BC Canada Cup team. You've been one of the assistant coaches or the on-field head coach. Just talk about that experience and what you were able to do at this previous Canada Cup.
Well, I love the provincial team experience. It's great. You get a chance to work with the best high school kids in the province, and then obviously compete at the national level with these kids. And they're sponges. They take in all the information great, and it's usually how well you come together as a team that ends up being your result of the tournament. This year we were lucky. We had a really good core group of players. I think they came together quicker than teams I've worked with in the past, and to do it at a multi-sport event like the Canada Games is pretty neat. We think it was one of Team BC's most dominant performances ever. Outscored our opponents 67-13, and threw 5 shutouts in 8 games. So the gold medal looks pretty good hanging around the neck. It's nice to win one of those. But for BC, that shows the amount of talent and depth that we have in the province against the rest of the country.
Where's the gold medal?
At home on the mantle next to my silvers and bronzes that I've got over the years, so it's nice to have one of those yellow ones up there.
Now, the Canada Cup is primarily high school kids. Douglas College, obviously, collegiate kids. Easier group to coach, collegiate players or high school kids?
Well, I think high school kids are they're much more willing to listen and develop because they want to get that college experience. But the college guys here, especially at the junior college level, are still really motivated to try to play at the 4-year level, and they're looking at the draft as well. So both have their challenges and their advantages, but all the guys are trying to compete at the highest possible stage. So I think that from a practice standpoint with the college guys, it allows us to do a lot more day-to-day, detailed type work, and I get to get those guys in the classroom as well, so that makes a big difference.
Thanks for doing this. Good luck the rest of the way.
Hey, thanks, Ryan.
Cav Whitely, he's the head coach here at Douglas College. You can also see his name as the coaching staff member of the Canada Cup team for here in BC.